The end of dropshipping.
Dropshipping is dead. Dropshipping is dead.
Dropshipping is dead.
It's that time of year, and we are reacting to dropshipping is dead videos again.
That being said, here's 3 reasons why I would never touch a dropshipping business. First and foremost, the margins are horrible. Most dropshipping contracts pay 15% of the sale price. So if the water bottle you're selling costs $10, you get $1.50 per sale. It's not much. Number 2, getting traffic is incredibly difficult. Paid traffic is out of the question with those margins, so you have to get it organically.
Paid ads are out of question, so you have to get it organically.
What?
Made almost 400K a month.
Almost 102K.
It is 250K in revenue.
It's $800 to $1,000 every day.
More than $1 million in revenue.
For this month, we're at 47.
Wait, I'm a bit confused because everybody I just showed here is talking about paid ads. So why do you have to do it organically? I'm a bit confused. And also the way you're talking about those 15% margins is very weird because you pretend like the 15% margin is before the ad spend. And that's why paid ads are out of question. When in reality, the 15%, which is not even the best margin, is after you pay the ads. Obviously, you're not going to pay 85% of the whole revenue to the manufacturer. It is more like around 30%. So before the ads, you will have around like 50 to 70% margins, and then the ads eat up a lot of the margin, and basically you're going to end up with like 15 to 35% margins if you don't do it organically.
But how much can you really promote a product that isn't yours to your social media following? Not much.
So again, like here he's saying that organically you cannot scale it, which is obviously also not true.
20K profit month.
Because last time I checked, I helped Mikey to do 20K in pure profit in one single month with organic only, which is just a little bit confusing to me if it's not possible to scale a product organically. And again, I'm talking about 20K pure profit after everything. We're talking about this tiny small margin which is left in the end. That's what the 20K are.
SEO is the only viable option, and take it from me, you're not going to beat out a big brand with that small little website. It's just out of the question.
Also, one thing which was twisted a little bit is that SEO is the only way how you can actually make it work. I would personally argue that if you do dropshipping, SEO is probably the worst method you can actually use to promote your products because it's ridiculously slow, and the amount you make through organic traffic from Google and people searching for your product and you outcompeting the big brands, like he's saying, is out of question. It's not happening. If you actually want to make things work with SEO and get to like 20K profit per month from organic SEO only, it is literally going to take you years.
Number 3 is that you have no control over the product. Product is everything. If your product is not good, you do not have a business. If you cannot continuously make product improvements, you do not have a business.
Yeah, and the last point is product improvement, that you basically cannot make a product work if you cannot even improve the quality. First of all, you can improve the quality if you do it right. Secondly, I agree with this, and you should only sell products which actually are good. So make sure that you order from your supplier and the product is actually a good one and not bullshit, and then you're good. It doesn't matter if it's a dropship product or your own product. If it's a bad product, it's a bad product, and if it's a good one, it's a good one.
Worst online business ideas that I recommend not starting if you are a beginner. Now, the very first one is likely going to catch a lot of people off guard, but that is dropshipping. If you are a beginner, there's 3 reasons why I don't recommend it for you. The very first reason is most of this business revolves around Facebook advertising. If you don't have an extensive past in Facebook advertising and you're not willing to spend a lot of money to optimize them, then it's probably not the right fit for you.
Number 1, you need to be a Facebook ads expert to do dropshipping. Very first of all, obviously at this point, Facebook ads is not even close to being the only platform where you can advertise. And most definitely you can do so many things with TikTok organic, with TikTok ads, with influencers, with all of those other things. About Facebook ads, I actually do agree that if you're starting out as a complete beginner, have no clue what you're doing, no strategy, no nothing, it's probably not the best idea to start out with Facebook ads. All right, Facebook ads is the most difficult thing to make it work if you don't know what you're doing, especially if you don't have a really good strategy.
Number 2 is it's actually pretty hands-on. You have to deal with customer service, you have to deal with returns, and a lot of the times people who start to scale up dropshipping have to bring on an employee or 2 just to handle customer service alone. So as you start to scale up with dropshipping, you have to bring other people in, and that's more to manage. It's not really passive at that point.
Now, the second point is that you need to answer a bunch of emails or hire people to answer the emails for you. Yes, 100% correct. You either need to answer the emails or just hire a person for like $5 an hour from the Philippines who's going to do it for you. So What's the problem? A statement like this is really weird to me because he's basically saying that it's not passive anymore because you need to manage people who are doing it for you. In this world, passive income is something which is impossible to achieve because in 99% of the cases where you don't do things by yourself, you hire somebody to do it for you because to run a business, things need to be done. It's a dream and just not reality that you can do something, don't touch it, don't have anybody else do something for it, do not do anything and just get passive income. If you hear anybody talking about this kind of passive income, the first thing you need to think to yourself is this is bullshit. It cannot be real because there's a 99.9% chance that this is not right. Because honestly, I know hundreds of people who have successful businesses. I don't know a single person who runs it 100% passive without employees. It just doesn't happen. And by the way, I don't even only talk about dropshipping business owners. I'm talking about business owners in general.
And the third reason is that the margins are generally low, so you have to move a lot of volume in order to make substantial money. And a lot of the times you'll see people showing big numbers on their phone, like $50,000 in the last month. When everything's said and done, that's probably only $10,000 to $15,000 before tax that they get to take home.
All right, so the argument about margins is pretty interesting because of a couple of reasons. Number one, it is correct in most cases. In most cases, you're going to have a margin of 15 to 35% with paid ads and around 40 to 70 or in some cases maybe even 80% with organic. But talking about paid ads where you actually do have 15 to 35% margins, how do you make that work? Well, there is a couple of things. Number one, you just scale. Dropshipping is a very scalable business model. And unlike in other businesses, you're actually going to reach a number like 50K much faster than in other business models. Because even though you have lower margins, it's easier to have higher numbers in terms of revenue, which equate to the same amount of profit, not percentage, but profit as in other business models. But on top of that, again, TikTok Organic is number one, scalable, and number two, you will have margins which normally exceed over 50%. So I don't think that's too bad. So the last thing I want to mention here is if you want to keep believing that dropshipping is dead, go for it. Sure, no problem. But just keep in mind that all of those things were said since like 2018 or 19. All right, every single year I'm hearing the same thing. If you would know how much money people are making from dropshipping right now, today, you would literally not be asking this question. So if you are actually interested in building a dropshipping business, you can click the link below, sign up for a call with me, and we're going to find out if it's a good fit.